Rosa Parks, Mother of the Civil Rights Movement by Will Mera. Rosa Parks. Table of contents. Notice the glossary on page 31. You will need that for your bolded words. Meet Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was an ordinary woman who did something extraordinary. On December 1st, 1955, she refused to give up her seat on a city bus. This simple act of defiance helped launch the civil rights movement in the United States. Today, Rosa is remembered as a true hero. As you notice, the word defiance is bolded, and you can find the definition of the bolded words in the glossary, remember, on page 31. Okay? Rosa was born on February 4th, 1913 in Tuskegee, Alabama. She went to schools that were for African American students only. Segregation laws also kept black people out of some restaurants, stores, and other places. Fast fact, Rosa had to leave high school to care for her sick mother and grandmother. She later went back to get her diploma. Map key. The purple is Alabama, and the black dot is the town where Rosa Parks was born. When Rosa was 19, she met Raymond Parks, and the two married. They settled in Montgomery, Alabama. In 1943, Rosa joined the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or NAACP. Soon, she became secretary to the President E.D. Nixon. She also worked in a store. Rosa is walking into the courthouse with E.D. Nixon. Rosa rode a city bus to and from work. Black people could sit only in certain seats. These seats were toward the back of the bus. If all the white seats were full, black passengers had to give up their seats and stand. If there was no place to stand, black people had to get off the bus. In the South, black people had to sit towards the back of city buses. Trouble on the bus. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa boarded a bus after work. She sat in a seat behind the black section sign. As the bus filled up with white passengers, the driver moved the sign back. He told Rosa and 3 other people to give up their seats. Rosa refused. The police took Rosa to the police station. She was charged with breaking one of Montgomery's segregation laws. Rosa was put in a jail cell until some friends came to bail her out. Fast fact, one of the friends who paid Rosa's bail was the leader of the Montgomery NAACP. This photo shows Rosa getting fingerprinted after her arrest. Boycott. After Rosa's arrest, black people in the area were asked to boycott all Montgomery buses. A young minister named Martin Luther King Jr. was chosen to lead the bus boycott. Martin Luther King Jr. planned the boycott with members of the NAACP. The Montgomery bus boycott began on Monday, December 5th. Thousands of people stayed off the buses. They found other ways to get around town. The bus companies lost a lot of money. Finally, after 381 days, Montgomery got rid of its busing segregation laws. Many black people walked to work rather than take the bus. The boycott was a huge victory for the civil rights movement. But Rosa and her husband, it was time for the beginning of a very hard time. They both lost their jobs and were unable to find new ones. In 1957, they moved out of Alabama. They later settled in Detroit, Michigan. After the boycott, black people could sit in any seat on the bus. Civil rights leader. The civil rights movement continued to grow. In 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act. It ended segregation at work, at restaurants, at stores, and at other public places. Rosa continued to work for equality for African Americans. In 1987, Rosa founded the Rosa and Raymond Park Institute for Self-Development. It teaches young people how to reach their life goals. She also received many awards. In 1996, President Clinton presented her with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. In 1999, she received the Congressional Gold Medal. Fast fact, Rosa wrote a book for young people called My Story and another about her religious faith called Quiet Strength. My hand is starting to go kind of tired. Rosa died on October 24th, 2005. She was 92 years old. Her coffin was put in the United States Capitol building in Washington, D.C. It was a great honor. More than 50,000 people came to say goodbye. Capitol building. Fast fact, Rosa is called the mother of the civil rights movement. Vice President Al Gore. Rosa believed that America should be a land of equality for all people. She forever changed the course of history and is a hero to millions of people. Timeline of Rosa Parks' life. 1913, born on February 4th. 1932, she marries Raymond Parks. 1955, arrested on December 1st. The Montgomery bus boycott begins. 1956, the boycott ends. Alabama desegregates public buses. 1987, Rosa founds the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development. In 1999, she receives the Congressional Gold Medal, and in 2005, she dies on October 24th. Now this is a little bit more information you can find, or here's a poem about Rosa Parks. Quietly, without a fuss, she took a seat inside the bus, which helped to end across the nation the unfair laws of segregation. You can be courageous. Be willing to work for change if you believe that change is for the better. Work hard at something if you believe it is right, even if others try to stop you. Always treat people the way you would like to be treated. Expect the same in return. Now here's the glossary. You have bail, boycott, defiance, and segregation. Bail is the amount of money paid to get someone out of jail. Boycott, refusal to use a product or a service. Defiance, standing up to a person or an organization. And segregation, separating people of different races within a society. I need you to choose one of these words and illustrate the word. Remember, illustrate means to draw. Afterwards, then you will take a picture with an iPad and you will upload it to our HyperDoc. Last, here's an index, facts for now, and about the author. I'll come back here for just a second. Bail, amount of money paid to get someone out of jail. Boycott, refusal to use a product or a service. Defiance, standing up to a person or an organization. Segregation, separating people of different races within a society. Have fun!